And we are live! Yay! Look who's with me. Look who else is with me. He's over there. He's over there. There he is.
No.
That way. Well, welcome in, everybody, to another episode of DISANITY. And tonight, of course, it's the second week. Oh, wait. I'm hearing myself. Oh, there's the background.
Echo.
Got to turn off the sound. Well, we are back with our special guest week. It is week 2 of the month, and we are going to have a great time tonight because we have, of course, one of our partner channels, the one, the only, DizneyDan. What's up, Dan?
Oh, hi everybody. I am awake and ready to talk about Disney and talk about cast member stuff. And well, thank you for having me on. It's good to see everybody.
It's good to have you too, buddy. We missed you. Glad you're doing well.
Yeah, we're missing you too.
Safe. And sorry to get you up so late.
That's all right. It's actually technically it's early in the morning now. So
2 a.m.
Okay. No, 12.
No,
I'm officially a day ahead of everyone else. So I'm actually in the future.
It's 12, right, Dan?
What time?
It is. It's now 1.
1.
Oh,
Okay.
1. That's right. Jeez, 1 a.m.
Yeah, I'm a day ahead of you. I'm in the future.
That's true.
It's a good day.
Well, yep. Well, we're going to have fun tonight. We're going to talk about pros and cons of working for Disney, because, of course, Dan has done that. He's going to talk about kind of how he got to work for Disney, the process, and then some of his memories, good things, bad things, kind of give everybody kind of maybe a layout of it. So if maybe down in the future you're looking at possibly working for Disney, Dan can give you a little bit of insight. But before we do that, like we always do, let's do a little bit of mousekeeping. Of course, Dean over at The Live Place, theliveplace.com. Monday through Sunday, if you're looking for streams, family-friendly, that's the place to go. He is the TV guide of streams for sure. Dan's on there. We're on there. Steve's World's on there. DISANITY's on there. Everybody's on there. You can't miss them. It's a great place to go. Check him out. And, of course, Dean is such a supporter of this community. And speaking of partner channels, of course, one of them is right over there. DizneyDan, who goes live on Saturdays with Disney Fiasco at 7 p.m.,
Yep.
And, of course, our other partner channel is Steve's World. Steve goes live on Mondays with Just Another Monday Night at 8 p.m. And other than that, real fast, Dan, I'm going to check the chat, and then we're going to get started, buddy.
Go for it.
All right, Brian Eisenhart is first, and he's in the house. DizneyDan is here. Candy Mom 15, Cynthia's here. It's Joey's World. It's a Sunshine Nation invasion. Eric Newman. Donna Jaworski. Hey, Donna, good to see you, dear. Donna's such a wonderful person. Good to see you, Donna. Hope you're doing well. Rob Fuzz is in the house. Rob, I don't have a horn. I'm sorry. Ray J's in the house. Ray J's over in Indonesia. Hope you're doing well, Ray J over there. Let's see who else we got that's in here. Pam Stram is here. Pam, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Big Noah Mountain 15 is in the house. Alex Brunner. I don't know if I said hi to Alex, but Alex, good to see you, buddy. T. Marie Photography. Kay Atwood. Dreamer Deborah, good to see you. Samantha Lowe is here as well. I'm trying to get it before it jumps because I know it's going to jump. There's Rhiannon. Rhiannon, welcome in, dear. Hope you're doing well down under. She's in Australia.
Hi to Kay.
I did say hi to Kay. Yep. Ray J say if there's an Indonesian pavilion, I would love to work there. You can hear Cam in the background playing with his toy. Amy AGC Magic TV. There's the Disney Nerd Herders, Charlie and Stacy.
Hey, Charlie.
Good to see you. Yep, Melissa is back.
I'm in Florida now. Woo!
Yep, Melissa is finally back in Florida with us. The Philly crew is here. Meredith and Ron. Tracy Glenn, Kenzie Days' dad is here as well. Oh my gosh. Griswold family vacay is here. Welcome in. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? I think we got everybody. Gosh, it's jumping, guys. I apologize. But I think that's everybody for now. Anyway, guys, welcome in. Thank you all for being here. I hope everybody's doing well. We would definitely get to you. If we missed you, just repost. We'll definitely get you. But Rob Wieska's here. Rob, welcome in. Good to see you. Are you there for good now, Melissa? Yep. She is definitely here for good. Yep, absolutely. For sure. But again, Dan, I want to talk to you a little bit about, like you said, working for Disney. But before we even get to that, let's talk about how you got hired through Disney, because it wasn't just, hey, I'm applying for a job. You went through the college program?
I did. I think some people might be a little bit sort of blown away that it actually took me 13 years to get onto the college program.
Okay. Well, talk to me a little bit about, because we're going to get to your history with Disney for a minute, but talk to people who don't know exactly what the Disney College program is. Talk a little bit about it, what it is, how you apply, maybe some of the criteria, if you don't mind.
So the Disney College program is something that was set up by Disney that allowed college students from the US or around the world to come to Walt Disney World or possibly Disneyland and have the opportunity to work in the resorts and work at Magic Kingdom or Epcot Hollywood Studios over at Disneyland, wherever. And not only was it an opportunity for you to work for Disney, but it was also a place for you to learn and to study. Whether you're going into some sort of business or you are doing a business course at college or something like that, it gave you an opportunity to kind of peek behind the curtain and learn about leadership skills and teamwork, and it's an amazing opportunity. So for a long time, I think it started back in the early 2000s, possibly, maybe even older than that. Disney obviously hired lots of people from the US to work in Disneyland and Walt Disney World. And they needed, obviously, not just people who could work there part-time and full-time, but also college students.
Right.
So then recently, they've, over the last decade, they've started bringing in internationals, especially with the World Showcase. They needed, obviously, people to represent each different country. But then they brought in people from South Africa to work at Animal Kingdom Lodge. They brought over lots of people all over the world to work in the resorts, the hotels, the theme parks. And it just gives us an opportunity to actually sort of step inside the magic and be part of that magic.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's kind of what it is. And you can do that as long as you're at college. And then if you are international, I think you can actually do it if you're in America. If you want to apply for the American Pavilion, you can actually apply to work in the World Showcase. I think up to the age of 31.
Oh, really?
So you can, yeah. Sorry. But that would only be for the American Convention. I'd only be able to work for the UK Pavilion. And that is just for what they call the Cultural Representative Program, which is you're representing your country. Whereas my program was a little different, a little shorter, but also amazingly fun as well.
Charlie says, DizneyDan, if you can read this college program application, thank the Phoenicians.
I did not write that on my application, funnily enough.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Oh, no.
Only Charlie.
He's got to thank the Phoenicians hat.
Hey,
every time we do a stream, he wears the hat.
Oh, no.
That is so
just
funny.
to mock me.
He did a good job. So tell me, you said it took you how many years?
I'm curious.
13 years.
Okay, so what happened?
So as a typical young boy in his going through school,
Right.
his dream was to always work for Disney. I've always wanted to do that since I was a kid.
Sure.
And where's the thing that you go to first when you think about, wanting to get all your answers from? YouTube. So I go onto YouTube, I search in working for Walt Disney World, and I found lots and lots of different stuff. And I came across this guy from the UK, from Liverpool, and he did the Disney College program. He went over to the US and he was a cast member. He was there a couple of times, and actually, I think he works there still today, which is fantastic.
Wow.
Huh.
Just regular, though, obviously.
Yeah, just regular. I think he just moved out there. And I followed his journey. He didn't have many subscribers, but how he edited his videos and how he brought that sort of experience to life was really inspiring. So I was watching his vlogs, and then obviously I kept reading about it, get kind of an idea of how I wanted to work for Disney. So obviously the quickest route is for the Disney College program. So obviously to be on the Disney College program, you have to, go to college. So
Right.
while I was studying at school, I was thinking all the time, like, I don't want to go to college just because I want to get a degree, but I want to work for Disney. So hey, it worked. So I got to college, and in the UK it's 3 years of college. So 3 years of university. The first year you can't actually apply because you've had to do a whole year. I don't know. So it was ridiculous. So second year I applied, and it was in 2015. and we went to Disney headquarters in London through other sort of interviews prior to that, and I got put on the waiting list. I actually didn't get in. I remember the interview clearly. There was a man, I can't remember his name, was sitting across from me, and what they do at Disney headquarters when you have your interview is they have a life-size figure of a character behind them.
Oh no.
And what the trick is that you try not to look at the character and look at the interviewer.
Right.
Oh
Unfortunately, while this gentleman was sitting in front of me, there was maybe a 10-foot statue of Woody behind him. So obviously I couldn't sort of like not look at him, because who sees a 10-foot Woody in an interview? So I got put on the waiting list, and I've always been that sort of person where I'd never give up. So I applied for my third year. I knew it was my last year I could actually apply for it. And same thing, I went to Disney headquarters, and this time it was a woman, and behind her, hanging from the ceiling, was Spider-Man. And I was like, right, I've learnt my lesson from last year. I'm gonna just focus on her. That's how it's gonna go. And then behold, the application was successful, and I headed out into out to Florida.
Yay! So how's it work once you get there? Like, do they give you your own room and board and stuff? Or
so what, like college, Disney has their own sort of campuses, and there's 4 campuses, and they're huge. You got Vista Way, you got Chatham Square. I was at Patterson, which is the only one that doesn't have a bus stop, which was really, really annoying, because I'd have to run to another campus to get the bus.
That stinks.
It was but actually Patterson was lovely. And that's where we would live amongst all our cast members. And what was great was that every morning or any time during the day when you go to the bus stop or you're walking around Disney Complex, you just see people in costume. Like so obviously where I worked, I saw a lot of the Haunted Mansion maids, and they would wear their massive frocks. And you just see them on the bus, and they're like, and I'm just in my like my shorts and my polo shirt. It's just hilarious. So, so that's how kind of like it all was set out. We would be in Lake Buena Vista. There's a big complex over there. We're by the big Walmart in near Lake Buena Vista. Okay. So obviously now I've told people are going to go and track down this place, but it's definitely an experience to work and live amongst cast members.
Okay, so let me ask you this: when you talk about working for Disney and you're in your let's talk college program, because that's how you did it. What would they give you? Like, did you get to pick where you worked, or did they come in and say you're working here and that was it? You're working there all the time, or did you get to move around?
Funny story. I think some of you may know this actually already, but I started off as a custodian, but that wasn't the job I applied for initially.
I'm sure.
I actually applied to be a lifeguard. I was a lifeguard for 3 years with the American Red Cross when I was doing some Camp America work over in New Hampshire. And I've been an avid swimmer since I was a child. So obviously it was a no-brainer for me to be a lifeguard. So I get out there, and what they do is they test you. And before you even get into the water to see how strong of a swimmer you are, you have to get your eyes tested. Not even the American Red Cross tests you on your eyes, but only the Disney program do. So it's if you are going to an optician's, and we had to stand behind this line, and we had to read the letters. Now, me being, me, I'm a bit of a not the smartest person in the world. I decided to wear contact lenses in my eyes instead of my glasses, because when it comes to the swim, I was able to put my goggles on and then swim. Little did I know that my contact lenses were the wrong prescription. So I completely failed
the test.
and I didn't even get a chance to swim. And they were like, "Nope, you got to go and talk to the director. This is what you have to go do." And they put me at the Contemporary, and I started off as a custodian, and then it kind of changed.
That's terrible.
Wow. So that was what you were going for, was strictly lifeguard.
Because I have lots of experience as a lifeguard, yeah.
Oh my God.
But you know what? I'm actually glad that I didn't get that position, because I saw the lifeguards work every day and they had no sort of guest interaction at all. So
That's true. No, you're not really getting guest interaction.
yeah. Should I answer Meg's question?
Yes, Meg wants to know, would you ever reapply to Disney?
100%. If I could, I would. I think now isn't the time, just because now I am in a full-time career as a teacher, and I've got a lot of commitments back home. I've got, family. I've got, my other half. I have, and for me, it's not the right path for me at the moment. But never say never. I would love to work for the mouse again, and I mean, it was amazing when I did.
Yep. And how long did you work for Disney? How long were you in the program?
3 months.
Is that normal, or is it usually longer, or do you have to reapply?
So for international college programmers, unless you worked at the World Showcase, it's 3 months. If you worked at the World Showcase, it's 12 months. And if you are a historical researcher of the World Showcase from your country, it's 18 months.
Wow.
What's that?
An example of a historical researcher would be, so one of my friends, she went to become a historical researcher. And if you went to the UK Pavilion and you asked where your heritage came from, by your name, that's kind of like a historical researcher. So if I told you my last name to the person in the UK Pavilion, she'll be able to research my name and see what part of the UK I was from and what areas. And that's kind of like a historical researcher. It's kind of a very hidden sort of position at Disney.
Huh.
Yeah. That's interesting. Okay. So where do I want to go next with you on this? So talk to me about some of your stories of some of the interactions, maybe. And we'll get to like celebrities and all that in a little bit, because I know you have a couple of those stories too. But talk to me about some of your best moments and maybe some of your not so best moments of working there, if you could.
I'll tell you the story of how I received my name badge.
Oh, it's got the name Daniel on it too. Not Daniel.
Yes, I'll tell you the story how I got my name badge. So behind Magic Kingdom is where they keep a lot of the floats and where they keep the monorails and the boats and everything, costuming. And they have a building there called Disney University. And some of you may know it. It's kind of a not so hidden gem. Only cast members can actually go there. And you need actually should have handed this in, but I didn't because I wanted to keep it. You had to have your ID. I'm actually going to cover up my full name. That is the actual card. And what you do, you swipe it, and you'll be able to enter the building.
Oh wow!
So you go to Disney University, and it's kind of like your induction to Disney, and they teach you all the things about how to become a Disney cast member. So you'll notice that cast members don't point with one finger; we point with two fingers. And I can't now not point with one finger; it just feels wrong. Just some weird habit. So they'll teach us all these things, and then it came to a time where we're going to start giving out name badges. And obviously, this being Disney, they don't just hand out your name badges. We get the big cheese to come and give out your name badge. So the leader of the presentation goes, "Please, everybody, welcome Mickey Mouse." So Mickey Mouse walks into the room with a big red bucket. And what he does, he picks out the name badges from the bucket. He gives it to the person who's leading the presentation. He goes, "Daniel from blah, 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 United Kingdom." And she gives it back to Mickey, and Mickey hands it to you. So you can go give Mickey a big hug and It was amazing. I mean, it's one of those experiences that, you know, not a lot of people will ever have.
True, that's true.
Yeah, it was fantastic, and it was also just so much like an induction where it was just learning stuff. There was also like games and prizes and stuff. For all you pin lovers out there, I got this pin, which is called the Traditions pin, which is the name of the class that you take, and you can't actually be given these; you have to win them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this pin, you have to answer a question, and bearing in mind there's maybe 50 people in the room, and you have to answer trivia questions. So my question was, what metal was used to make Captain America's shield? So without hesitation, I knew where this was going. I was like, I know. And they go, oh, that man over there, and I'm like, it's vibranium. And they were like, correct. And I was like, oh my God, I have never taken it out the packaging because I know how sort of valuable it is, because, you know, no one can really get these unless you know a cast member who's won one, or it's very special.
I wouldn't take it out either.
No, I've never taken it out. And then I've also got given my program guide. So everything you need to know about being a cast member is in here.
Now,
so
that's only for cast members, though?
It's only for international. It's only for programmers. So anyone on the college program will get all this information. So it tells you about where you live, what buses to take, what's the etiquette, what are the things that you have to do to sort of keep that Disney magic. And so that's kind of what they gave me as well. And that's my name badge from when I went to. It's only a sticker, but it's what I had to write my name on when I went to Disney University. So yeah, and then my name badge as well. So
cool.
If you look at if you find some cast members, you'll have you'll see these lanyards where there's looks like a massive pin, but you have to obviously buy it all together, and you just put your documentation in there, and that's pretty much your credentials right there. So yeah, it's that was one of the biggest stories where I felt like that was the main sort of wow, I'm working for Disney.
Right, one of the wow stories for
one
sure.
of the wow stories, and to finish it all off, they were like, right, we're going to take you on a treat. We got on a small sort of tram. We hopped over to Magic Kingdom, and they took us down to the Utilidors through the back entrance. Got to walk around the Utilidors. Obviously, I can't really say what's down there. And then all of a sudden, we walk up loads of stairs, and we end up in Main Street. Neat. And we all dressed really smartly. We got earpieces. We look really official. We look like we're walking around with Bob Iger. We walk around Magic Kingdom learning how to sort of be a cast member, and then we end up in Fantasyland. And we find sort of a hidden door that a lot of people overlook massively, and we go down there and we head back to Disney University. And that day was probably one of the best days of my life. It was just amazing.
So cool.
That's awesome. Now Tracy says at DizneyDan, Kenzie thinks about doing the CDP.
Yep.
But I don't want her to derail her plans for being a teacher. Do you think it prolongs you getting your degree?
Absolutely not. I mean, it's quite a good question for me because I am a teacher. And if there's any sort of company that sort of helps you work together with people, how to learn sort of lots of different skills, it's Disney. And what's great about the US college program is that you'll have longer to stay at Disney. You'll be able to take more classes than I did. And for me, it was only 3 months, but I learned so much. And my degree has nothing to do with business at all. Like, I teach Latin and ancient history. I learn about the Greeks and the Romans. Like, that's completely the other end of the spectrum to business and Disney and all that kind of stuff. But it's not just about business. It's how you talk to people and how you kind of interact and how you just, it's that customer service and makes you sort of a cheery, happy person, hopefully.
So Tracy makes a good point. So you're taking classes while you're working as well?
Yeah. So you can sign up to classes. I went to 2 classes. They're only about an hour to 2 hours each. But you get to talk to Disney executives, Disney higher ups. There was a class that was led by Bob Chapek, but that sold out in minutes.
You mean the former CEO?
Former CEO, former CEO, whatever. But that sold out in I can't even tell you, in minutes. Like, if you were working during that time when the advert went up, you missed it straight away. But yeah, I would do the classes because there's so much you can learn from these incredible people.
Oh, wow. How about that? Okay. That's awesome. Brian says, when I had my orientation for Disneyland, we did a tour of the park, no DCA yet, ate lunch at stage door, and basically were guests for the day. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. We were given up.
Dan, with that class, you said 1 to 2 hours. Is it 1 to 2 hours a week or just 1 to 2 hours period?
No, it's just 1 to 2 hours. You sign up per class.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Now, how often did you work? Like, what did you work? Like a 40-hour work week, or were you only working?
Yeah. So it was a 5-day week, and you would work 8 to 12-hour shifts. They were very long, especially when I was a custodian, because I was on my feet for the majority of those hours. Right. And if I was positioned outside, that's even tougher because obviously the humidity and pushing big like towel trolleys and lifting a lot of stuff and going up lots of stairs and all that kind of stuff. So right. That was kind of tough. But the amount of pain that I think I went through, not because of the heat or anything, because I bought the wrong shoes and they gave me blisters. Because again, I'm not the smartest person in the world. Every moment was worth it. As much pain I was going through, I loved every moment.
Gotcha. Aww. And I want to. Brian's asked this question, so we'll kind of get into the fun stuff now. What's one of your craziest backstage moments? If you can you say it?
There is a lot I cannot say. Okay. Just because it's Disney confidentiality and there's things that will just ruin the magic, and I don't really want to do that. That's not me at all.
Gotcha. Jonathan Chong, welcome in, buddy. Yeah. Jonathan, let me ask you. Jonathan asked. He said, "I thought of applying during my college theater production program, but didn't in the end. Yet ended up building props for Pan Am games and the ceremonies. It sounds amazing. Wow, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think you would definitely highly recommend to people, Dan, if you think you might want to do it, go for it. Right?
100%. I mean, I had to do a lot of convincing to do this program. I was in my last year of university, which because of this, my parents didn't come to my graduation to get my degree. The money is not great, so you're pretty much living on not a lot, really.
Right.
But so I did give up a lot to do this, but it was worth every moment. And I could tell you my day for day because it was exactly the same every day, and I didn't want to waste any moment. So.
Now, did you have free admission to the parks when you weren't working?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So my day was like this. Depending on a morning or evening shift, if I had a morning shift, I would go to Magic Kingdom in the afternoon. If I had a afternoon to late hours of the morning shift, I would be in Magic Kingdom in the morning. When I wasn't, when I had a day off, I'd be in the other parks.
Right.
And if I wasn't there, I'd either be sleeping for maybe 4 or 5 hours every night, or I'd be at Walmart. That's it. I did not step outside the Disney bubble except at Walmart because I wanted to make the most of it. How many people can say they have a free pass to Disney? I wanted to take advantage of that. And a lot of my friends who worked at the time were like, oh, we're going to get annual passes to Universal and all that. And I'm just like, what's the point? You're here for 3 months. Right?
That's
You're here
true.
for 3 months.
Right.
You get free admission to Disney and the water parks and discount to merchandise and food, which was definitely worth it. Why not take advantage of it? Which is what, and I have no regrets. I have no regrets not going to Universal at all.
I don't blame you. So you were living, Candy Mom says it. Cynthia says it. She said basically you were living the life for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
it was tough, sometimes where, there were days where I didn't have a lot to eat at all, and I would go to work because I didn't have a lot of money at the time. But that didn't bother me. I pretty much lived off like Disney chicken nuggets, and I'm not even kidding you. Like we would have maybe the one odd. I can't believe I'm bringing this back to food. There'll be maybe one meal a week where we would eat at a Disney restaurant, which was great. There'll be most days I would have chicken nuggets or something from Disney quick service most days. And then if I wasn't eating that, it would be ramen or mac and cheese back in my apartment. That's it. That was pretty much it.
But that's exactly right. That's a typical college diet. I mean, Walter did the same thing.
Yeah, Mason lives off chicken nuggets.
Mason lives off chicken nuggets. Bill Steffen says, my daughter worked in the land on the boat when they had a person talking back in the house. How about that?
I remember those.
That's pretty cool. So, Dan, tell us about some of your fun stories, like what you can tell us about, or maybe some of the celebrities you might have met.
Oh gosh. Well, let's do the Chris Evans one first, because I think a lot of people do know about that one. For the people who don't know, or have never seen Captain America, which I highly recommend. So I was working in Bay Lake Tower at the time. But before that day started, we were all called into a meeting, and they were like, right, there is a celebrity in Bay Lake Tower. If you see him or come across him, just obviously be your Disney self and say hello, and be very polite, and just carry on with your role. And then I looked down the list of where everyone was meant to be, and I was on Bay Lake Tower, which I was like, oh my gosh, who could this be? I bet this is some American who I don't even know. That's probably why they've put me there, because if I did come across them, I wouldn't know who it was. So I was on, like, I don't know, the 9th or 8th floor. I was, working in that floor for some reason. And the elevator opens. 2 big sort of guys in black suits come out of the elevator, and behind them, obviously they were security, was Chris Evans. And obviously, if anybody has seen Chris Evans out of a role, he always wears a hat and sunglasses. And I knew who it was instantly. Look, I'm a big, Marvel fan. I kind of know when I recognize Captain America. I mean, who doesn't recognize Captain America if you're a big Marvel fan? I was going to go up to him and say, hey, I think I saw you in a movie called Fantastic Four. No. So the elevator opens. They all come through. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, it's Captain America. And I'm just like being really professional. I'm just like, hello, and I'm, being really polite. And I just go, good afternoon, sir. I didn't even say it was Chris Evans or anything. I said, good afternoon, sir. If there's anything I could do, just let me know. And I got to shake his hand. And that was it. And I was not allowed to say that I've met Chris Evans for 2 months after I met him. Because if I, just said that day, oh, Chris Evans, I just met Chris Evans at Bay Lake Tower.
Everybody,
pretty much all of Magic Kingdom will hop over to Bay Lake Tower to, track him down, stalk him, and whatever. So, so that was my Captain America moment.
That's awesome. Charlie, you sure it wasn't Davy Jones? Or Steve says he often gets mistaken for Chris Evans and not the skinny one. Okay. Russ says that's what I would have done. Flame on! That is a really cool story, though.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. So
at least he was nice to you.
Oh, he was great. He was. I know a lot of times people get sort of hung up about celebrities being not as nice, but he was so nice. He was really nice. He didn't have to, stop and shake my hand. So.
But he did, and that's pretty awesome.
That's
pretty awesome for sure. Any other stories? Anything else happened while you were there? Anything? I got a couple. We're going to, and let me just interrupt. I'm sorry. Folks, if you have questions for Dan, we're going to get you guys to ask any questions you have for him regarding the college program, this, that, and the other, working for Disney in a couple minutes. But, yeah, did you have any other celebrities that you met or anything else? Or
not so much celebrities. There was one guest interaction I had where actually no, there was two very quick stories. Okay. So my friend Gabby, who lives in the UK. She's done the college program. She's done the cultural representative program where she's worked at, Epcot for a year. She's probably a bigger Disney fan than me. And she's fantastic. And I was working as the custodian in the Contemporary. I remember exactly where I was. I was at the elevators by the gift shops and where the Mary Blair mural is. And, I had everything ready to go. It was about 11 o'clock at night. And I just get this tap on the shoulder. And I turn around and I see Gabby and I see her whole family. And I'm like, holy shit. It's Gabby. And I'm just like, I was like so exhausted. I've been working since 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I was kind of like, because this is the first time I've seen her since I left, because she started on a later date to me, because there's 2 dates when cast member starts from the UK. So I got the shock of my life because she's one of my good friends. And I see her whole family there, and they're all, Disney sort of, bounding and everything. I was in so much shock. And it was great. And then the other quick story was I met a guest, a couple. Well, I thought we were a couple. And I said, "Oh, what brings you to Walt Disney World?" And they go, "Oh, we got engaged here, and then a couple of years after we got married here, and now we're here this year because we're getting divorced here." And I'm like, "I'm sorry." And they go, "Yeah, we're going to be signing the papers," and I'm just like, I'm in my head. I'm like, "Well, what do I even say? Like, congratulations?" Do I say like, "Hey, the Beatles broke up at the Polynesian? Like, do you want to go do it there because they broke up?"
Richard Nixon did his "I'm not a crook."
Yeah. I was just like, what do I even say? What do I even do? Happy divorce? I don't know.
Okay.
I was like, okay, moving on.
Congratulations.
That's really weird.
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Yeah,
by the way, Steve said he had a question for you, but not really a question. He just says he misses you.
I miss you too, pal.
There you go. A little love. Can you feel the love tonight? We'll start playing that in a minute.
Don't get copyrighted, though.
Yes,
This is our dream.
exactly.
Welcome in as well. Thank you for being here, everybody. Awkward. But that is, you're right. What do you say?
Yeah. I had it was the first time. It's probably one of the only few times in my life I've actually been speechless.
Captain Akron says, "What do you do?" You said, "Let me get you a pen."
Let me get you a pen. I was going to get, the I'm celebrating buttons, like I'm celebrating my divorce.
Yeah, who's getting the pen? We're celebrating our divorce.
What's the happiest place on earth? It's the happiest divorce on earth.
Yeah.
It was so
welcome in, Zippity Doo.
Patrick.
Welcome in, Patrick. Good to see you, buddy. Well, all right. So I got to ask this question. I
Yeah.
forgot what I was going to ask. Oh, so you're there for 3 months. Were you there for any grand openings or anything that closed? Did you see any of that?
Frozen Ever After.
Oh, you were there for that? No kidding.
Frozen Ever After.
Okay. Now, did you get to do a cast member preview?
No, I didn't. Which was kind of I don't know. I don't think they even did one, to be fair, because I think it was because it's in Epcot. Very, very busy during that time, and I think people it was like Galaxy's Edge. People were outside that ride waiting for a soft opening for weeks in advance.
Okay.
I remember that day so clearly because the line, because I wanted to go.
It was a sunny day.
It was a sunny day, beautiful day, and the line stretched from where the ride was all the way to, I think it must have been Japan.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Peter Pan's Flight.
It was. I know it was definitely past the American Adventure.
Mm.
I can't remember if it was between Japan. It might have been between Japan and Morocco, and it was. I think it must have been at least a 6 to 10 hour wait. It was a long wait.
Thanks, Steve.
But we went the week after, and it said it was 110-minute wait, and we got on it in just over an hour. So
That's awesome. I mean, that's cutting it in half.
Yeah. So we really struck gold.
120 would be cutting it in half. Well, it's not 110.
It's not. It's not. Anyway. But that was a big opening there.
Did you see anything close? Hey, G. Wilson.
see anything close. I can't remember.
Because sometimes, those can be just as special for people. Like when Great Movie Ride closed, they had all the hoopla behind that. When the Backlot Tour closed, they had a lot of hoopla behind that.
It wasn't a closure, but I saw the first ever show of the Star Wars Galactic Spectacular at Hollywood Studios.
Oh, did you? That's a good show.
That was pretty cool. We saw Phantasmic, and we literally ran. And I remember the exact tree that I tried to climb before I was told to get down to watch the show. Mm-hmm. Unbelievable. But the problem was, because it was the debut of a show, all the cast members stayed for it as well. Mm-hmm. And I remember that day so vividly because we get onto the bus. There was maybe 5-6 buses that go back to my complex.
Right.
And I don't know what happened. There must have been a car crash getting out of Hollywood Studios, and it shut the road. Oh. And look, really? It was great. The bus was full. Like, there were people standing, there were people literally on each other, and I was just letting people. I actually had a seat, and I actually told people who were actually working to take my seat. And I was standing on the bus for, it may have been about 2 hours with a friend.
Holy macaroni.
Everyone was upset. Everyone was really sort of, really, they wanted to get home because they had a really long day. So me and my friend were like, let's cheer these guys up. And we just started singing songs on the bus for 2 hours. We started playing games. And because I thought, you know what? Look, I said, we don't know how long we're going to be here. People are having a really tough day. And we just, look, I'm a terrible singer. And me and my friend were just like, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to sing, we're going to play some games, we're going to pass the time. And actually, the time passed quite quickly. But I remember that being, I feel like that was one of those times where I brought that Disney magic for the cast members, not just the guests, because they had a rough day with the whole opening of the show and whatever.
Sure.
So. That's I love that awesome. Story. That's
a great
awesome.
Story. That's awesome. Gotcha. All right. So everybody in the chat, if you have any questions for Dan, whether it's Disney College Program, working for Disney, pros and cons, things like that, put them in the chat now. And
I will keep character integrity. So don't ask me things like, did you see, characters do this and that and whatever. So you can ask me stuff about Backstage, but I can't necessarily answer everything, if that makes sense.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, we got a question for us. Mouse, talking to you both in Florida or back home. We are in Florida. Which is now home.
The new home. I know we keep saying that. I'm like, this is just like our house, or this is just like home. I'm like, wait, well, this is home. I'm like, old home. Right. I keep referring to, the Maryland house as home. It's going to be a weird adjustment.
Yeah. Candy Mom asks, Cynthia says, do you pay for you to fly over? Did they pay to fly you over?
No. They gave us a bit of a discount. But they didn't pay for us to fly over. We actually had to pay for a lot of things, actually. That's probably why our pay was not great, because we actually had to pay for, the Disney complex. We had to pay for our housing. We had to pay for bills. We had to, we actually didn't get much given by Disney. But then again, you say, oh, wait, they gave us free passes. And, discounts for food and merchandise.
So it's exactly like real college.
Yeah, it's real
college. You got to pay for your food.
Exactly.
It makes sense.
Yep. Steve asked Dan, do you have a general idea when your next visit will be?
This time next year.
There you go. Not soon enough, but we'll see you when you get here for sure. Alex Brown says, how would you rate the program, Dan, out of 5 stars? 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best.
100 stars. Okay, very, very quickly. I've got my whole entire program on a playlist on my YouTube channel. The last vlog on that channel, the last one I did, I can't physically watch it because I physically tear up because it brings back so many memories. I actually can't watch. So if you want a good cry, go watch that vlog.
There you go.
No, I don't want to cry.
Dave Stevens says, does all the Disney parks around the world have the Disney College Program? Can you choose where you want to go?
No. I know Disney California do the domestic college program, so people only from the US can work in
Okay.
Disneyland. For Walt Disney World, it's anyone in the world. But no, you can't. You can't. You can apply to work at international parks, but you
But it's not the
can't.
college program.
But you can't do a college program there.
Gotcha. Tracy says, "Are you making up for eating ramen during the Disney college program when you're eating at the park now?" When you go,
I tell you what, I could not tell you how much ramen I ate. I literally, I was wheeling the shopping cart into Walmart, and I literally didn't just take packets. I took boxes and put them in the cart.
Oh my god.
Griswold Family Vacay says, "Are you a football fan?" I'm talking soccer.
Uh-huh.
My family is from Scotland, and there is a big rivalry between Celtics and Rangers.
Celtics
What
and
is your
Rangers.
favorite soccer team?
My favorite soccer team. Well, I have two. I'm from Watford Football Club, Watford, which is in the Premier League. So Watford are my main team, but I'm also a Tottenham Hotspur fan.
All right, there you go. Dave Stevens says, I bet the weather is better in Florida than here in Maryland. Dave, that's right. You're from Maryland. I forgot about that.
You guys have been getting a ton of rain and wind, I hear. It's been hot.
It's been hot here for sure.
And a little breezy.
For sure.
We've had good weather here too, surprisingly. It's been
really?
good.
Okay.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Gotcha. Yeah. So any other questions, bring them in. We will definitely be going back to questions in a minute. I did want to ask you, Dan, with your next trip, are you going to be staying on property?
So, April of next year will be the first time I'm bringing my family with me since 2012.
Wow.
I'm also going to be bringing my close friends as well. And I'm also going to be hopefully bringing my girlfriend who has never been to the US before.
Nice.
She's been to Disneyland Paris, but she's never been to Walt Disney World. And we will be staying off property because that's what my family prefer, and which, you know, that's exactly what they want to do. That's absolutely totally okay with me. But we will hopefully be in Florida in April next year.
That's awesome. Can't
if
wait.
it's a large group, you can usually get a pretty good deal on property. If you have a lot of people coming, you can do a much better job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Magic of the Mouse TV, welcome in, and they say, DizneyDan, my stepson works at Disney World on the monorail. His first day for him and about 25 other new employees got their cast member name badges presented to them by Mickey. Was it the same for you?
Yeah,
they just got here. Yep, he said it was. Yep, and he got it from Mickey as well. Pretty awesome experience.
Cool story.
Yeah.
And Dan, what word does Dan hate to hear Americans say?
Thank the Phoenicians.
Thank the Phoenicians?
Besides that.
Well, there's lots. Sorry. The one that really gets me is herb. You guys say herbs.
Herbs. It's supposed to be.
Because I always like herbs is
herbs.
The thing is that if you took the S and the B off, I'm not gonna say it the other way around because it's inappropriate. What is it? It's her, right? You don't go, oh, it's not it's her. So it's herbs. That's my logic.
So,
no, Dan.
Well, let me ask you this. I have a good question for that. I have a rebuttal for that. What makes your way right and our way wrong?
I guess
because English was made in England.
I knew he was going to say that. We adapted it.
Okay, so
wait. It says parmesan, and you say parmesan because clearly there's an H in parmesan, not parmesan.
I can kind of see that one.
Is it sand? Is it shand or sand? It's sand, so parmesan.
Parmesan. Okay.
Okay. I guess. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. It all tastes the same.
Yeah. Food tastes the same no matter where you come from.
Well, maybe not.
The Griswold Family Vacay says, DizneyDan, thanks for being a teacher buddy from one teacher to another. Much respect. That's very nice. It's very, very true.
Absolutely.
Yeah, shout out to all those teachers out there.
Yeah. God bless all of you right now. It's a hard time.
Okay. T. Marie says, call me new, but who is the girl with you in the Beverly video?
Who's the girl in the
It's not Sarah, was it?
which Beverly video.
I know you have a couple, right?
Yeah, I think you have a few.
It could be Sarah. If it's from this year, it's Sarah, and she's
Right.
my friend. My good friend Sarah from Glasgow.
Yes, she's wonderful. By the way,
Sarah-
I've known her for about 4 or 5 years, and
she needs to come back in April too.
yeah, I'm trying.
Everybody,
Steve,
caravan.
Steve says, for those of us American friends, Dan is British and spells and says things incorrectly all the time. Please be patient.
I think someone had a go at me this weekend when I did Fiasco. They were like, Dan, you spelled favorite wrong. And I'm like, no, I spelled favorite right because it's spelled in the English way
Or
by an
color.
Englishman.
Favorite color.
Oh, color as well. You spelled color wrong as well. It's COLOUR, not.
We like to remove U's.
Well,
We remove you.
yes, that's our way. Right, since we became independent of England, we take the U out of all of it.
You know what was great? You know what was great? During my
1776.
You know what was great? During my college program, I was there obviously for 4th of July. And I remember standing in the hub 3-4 hours before the fireworks. And I'm not even kidding you. We were like sardines. We could not physically move. And I was standing with a lot of the English cast members. And we were just standing there. We were like, look, the fireworks are going to be amazing. It's Disney. It's America. It's going to be phenomenal. Yet, I feel slightly awkward.
Right.
We watched it and we were like, you know what? This is phenomenal. Like, look, I feel like I'm an honorary American anyway. I've got probably shouldn't say this on stream, but I've got like 12 like visas to America. Like, I'm not even kidding you because the amount of time I've worked in America, like, so I love America. I mean, that's why I'm always there. To be fair. Don't go anywhere else. Come to America.
Oh my gosh. Magic of the Mouse TV says, Dan, what was the craziest question you ever were asked from a park goer? What time's the 3 o'clock parade?
Yeah, that was probably the big one. What time was the 3 o'clock parade? There was one where I was asked where the Harry Potter section is.
They don't know. People don't know. They don't know. You'd be surprised, Dan.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Surprised how many people think Universal is Disney.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
They really do.
And the worst one was the Minions because obviously Minions is animated. This might be a breaker to some people's news. I really don't like the Minions at all. But obviously because it's a very well popular animated sort of franchise, same with Shrek. People often think that that's Disney, and I'm like, yeah, well, Disney is known for their fart jokes from Minions, don't they?
Yeah.
Just watch Inside Out. There's loads of fart jokes in Inside Out.
Yeah. It's true. Disney does seem to stay away from that kind of stuff. Like the trolls.
Oh,
There's one troll that
yeah, well, they have one in the park that does the glitter farts or something, and I'm like,
it's
that's just weird.
Don't
You
get me
try to teach
started.
your kids not to be that way.
Don't make it onto a Dan rant at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my gosh, I know, it's so funny. Oh my gosh. Well, we are going to keep it probably to around an hour tonight, folks. For one, because Dan, it's very late for him. It's almost 2 a.m. there. And of course, right after us at 9 o'clock is the Buy a Pre project. Be sure to check out Ed right after us tonight. But let's see what else. Michelle the Quilter says, someone asked us one time at Disney World where the Jaws ride was. It doesn't, but it really doesn't surprise me. But I don't blame people because we're experts. We're experts. We're not novice. We do our homework. We've been tons of times, so we know. But there are a lot of people that they don't know. They've just never been. They can't differentiate because they don't know. They're not educated in the Disney lore. So
Disney nerds like we are.
yeah, it's true. Yep, I agree. And Candy Mom says, Walt is happy mama is home. I am actually
sometimes.
Very happy. Yeah, today was a little... Melissa broke a chair today, guys, just so you know.
I was was working, and I turned, and the leg was loose, and it snapped, and I went BAM right on the ground. I laughed.
Oh my god!
It was that kind of a day.
Oh my god! It was one of those days. So Dan, for those of you guys that don't know, Dan just posted a brand new video today. It's a Would You Rather video. It was a tag video, and thank you, Dan. Dan did tag us. We're going to do ours. We might do it tonight. We'll see.
Even though I missed a question.
Yeah. I did, dude, because I'm there and I'm writing them down as you're saying them, and I'm like,
oh my god,
is that the number one? And then I went back and watched it. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Oh no, are you okay, Melissa?
Yeah.
I'm not the smartest person,
dude. It was so funny. All I know is I turned her around and I said, "Look, can you look at this? How's it look?" Because I put a new screensaver on the computer here, and she turns and down she goes.
Yeah,
oh my god! But speaking of Dan, again, he just posted a brand new video. You guys got to go check it out. It was a lot of fun. Again, it's called Would You Rather. It was a tag video that he did. He tagged a couple people in it. Go check it out. If someone could put the link to that video and Dan's channel in the chat, I would appreciate it. Dan, any parting words for people or what you'd like to say for sure?
I just want to just give a big sort of shout out to the cast members, especially the college programmers. Obviously, with this whole thing that's going on in the world, their experience, their sort of journey that they had to take to get to Walt Disney World has had to be cut short. And I know, being that, like I said, took 13 years to get onto the college program. If someone was in my shoes who, wanted to get there and take that time, and then they finally get there only for it to be ripped away by this unfortunate thing that's happening. I'm very sort of, it just makes me sort of appreciate where I worked and the people that work at Walt Disney World, the hours they spend, and the way they can bring that magic to everybody. And I wish I was there when I could clap them down Main Street. I would, because obviously it was great to see all the guests do that, but for me, being that I was a cast member, really hit a spot for me.
Oh yeah.
And so a big shout out to them, and I'm sure that Disney would love to have them back in the not so distant future. So
absolutely, it won't be long. Dreamers Empire, Dean, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. T. Marie Photography says, Dan, thank you for sharing tonight. I enjoy every bit of people's stories, and your accent makes your pop real nice. Cast members do deserve respect and kindness too. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, just yep. If you're having a really horrible day, or if you're getting aggravated, please, even when you're going down Main Street before Happily Ever After, and they're shouting at you to get off the pavement or get off the sidewalk, just be nice to them. Just do what, because I think people just really don't understand what they go through.
Sure.
And it's tough. It is really tough, and without them, we wouldn't have what we have today.
That's true. It's true. So Dan, you're going to be the first person I'm going to ask this. Charlie and Stacy have been putting up, asking everybody every time they're on their show, when does everybody think Tron is going to open? And everybody's been given dates. So you're going to be the first person I'm going to ask, when do you think Disney is going to reopen?
Gosh.
Walt Disney World. I'll put it to you that way. Walt Disney World. In any way, whether it's limited, whatever, when are they going to say, okay, we're open?
Guests can come to, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough. I mean, if I said June, I think it would be too soon.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with July 1st.
Okay.
I think it'd be something very special having it July 1st. I think they desperately want it before 4th of July. I think it would be very special if they were able to open for 4th of July. And obviously not, me being not American, but I think just as something iconic and special, I think that would be pretty special. So I would go end of June to July. If I had to pick a date, I'd say July 1st.
Okay. Gotcha. Charlie says June 15th. I still think June 1st is very doable. We've still got a month and a half to go for them to get things right. I still think that, because I think they're going to do everything they can to get it open. Every day that goes by, they're bleeding money big time. And I understand it's Disney, but big companies that make a lot of money also have a lot of debt. Disney's got a lot of debt right now, and they don't have a lot of money coming in. They need to stop the bleeding.
Especially the MCU made them $18 billion.
Well, but they still have to pay for those.
They still do.
Yeah.
Still do.
Yep. Oh, Joey's World question. Do you think they will make adjustments for blockout dates or passes are blocked out for the summer but open in the spring, which is not happening? I personally think they're not going to change anything on blackout dates. They're just going to extend your renewal. That's my opinion.
Yep.
Right. And Steve's right. Steve says it really doesn't matter what Disney wants as long as the government keeps their regulations on.
Right.
Right. But I do think the government is going to relax those soon. I mean, you're starting to hear rumblings. We were talking about it beforehand off camera. I've heard some rumblings from the governor of California has talked a little bit now about possibly, and don't run with this, everybody, but possibly lifting the stay-at-home mandate at some point coming up. Now that it's starting to become in the conversation again, so we'll see. But all right, Dan, last 3 questions for you.
Okay.
Second favorite restaurant. I know your favorite. I want your second favorite restaurant.
Oh,
What if they
gosh.
don't know his first favorite?
They all know his first favorite.
Yeah, everyone knows my first favorite. Oh, I don't know.
I know it's too hard.
I actually had a list. Hold on. I actually had a list. I'm now looking at it. I'm like, okay. I'm going with Ohana.
Okay.
Okay.
Ohana breakfast or dinner, or it doesn't matter?
Has to be dinner.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. There you go.
We've got to give it another try.
Yep. I liked it. Melissa didn't. But
We just,
I don't know. I liked
I
it.
want to go back though.
All right. Second favorite ride.
Because I know it's Haunted Mansion is my favorite. Second favorite. Oh gosh.
Because everybody knows your favorite
any
ride.
park? In any
Yeah,
park?
just any park. Like in other words, if they said to you your favorite ride, I know you're going to say Haunted Mansion. That's what I would say. But what would be next? What would you say?
I think it has to be your favorite, the Tower of Terror. I love that ride. I love that ride so much.
Oh my God, no, thank you. Oh my gosh, never. What's up, Preston? Good to see you, buddy. All right, and then last question. I'm just going to ask this: second favorite show, because your favorite show is Lion King, right? Festival of the Lion King. No, it's Fantasmic.
Fantasmic, yeah.
Right. I'm sorry. So, what's your favorite show? Second favorite.
Well, it's Lion King. Festival of the Lion King. I think for me, it's wonderful. It always makes me cry.
Gotcha. Steve says Haunted Mansion will be your second favorite once you ride Rise of the Resistance.
Uh,
What I told
I
Steve
don't
was
know.
for me, there's a difference between my favorite and the best ride.
Yep.
Rise of the Resistance is no doubt the best ride in Walt Disney World, but it's still not my favorite ride.
Look, California Grill may be the best restaurant at Disney, but Sanaa is my favorite.
We've
Right.
already booked the Sanaa for my birthday in August, so it's better reopen.
Exactly.
We
And
booked it like 2 months ago.
yeah, we booked it, so that's good to go. And Preston just put in there, Walt, I don't know if you know this or not, but my dad is home.
Yay! That is wonderful news. Give him our love.
Oh, that's amazing.
Preston, that's great. Tell your
Right,
dad
absolutely.
we're very
Oh my
happy for
gosh,
him. We're proud of him. I'm glad
oh my
he's home,
gosh,
buddy.
that's
That's awesome
awesome.
news.
Yay.
That's
Great to hear,
fantastic.
pal. That is really
That
awesome.
has
news.
made
Good way
my
to end.
evening.
Yeah, it is.
Actually, that's made my morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you can go just back to sleep and dream.
I go
more.
to sleep.
Yeah, see, look at that. Sleep well. And
What's that? Oh, no, that's
go home
Justin
and
Scott.
sleep well. Anyway, Dan, so what's coming up on your channel? I know you got a few things coming up.
Yep. Disney Food Friday on Friday. That's the name of the show. Where we're going to be looking at Chicken Guy, which is going to be great. Saturday is Disney Fiasco, episode 88. Getting close to that 100, which is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got a couple more videos coming up next week. I've got a tag video, another tag video, and I have something else. I can't remember. Oh, this is my YouTube idea list. So everything on here is going to be in video form at some point. So.
Nice. I got a couple of those myself.
Yeah.
Got a
So
couple of those myself.
that's pretty much it. So yeah, very, very busy, and yeah.
That's awesome. Well, again, buddy, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
I'm glad you were here for sure. A few quick mousekeeping things, of course, as usual. Dean over at the Live Place. Check him out, liveplace.com. Someone could put the link to Dean in there for us. Would appreciate it. Dean's a great supporter of this community. It's our way of supporting him back by going over to the Live Place. Tons of streamers. You can find them all right there. And, of course, Dan is one of our 2 partner channels. Dan goes live, like you said, Saturday nights. Check him out with Disney Fiasco. And, of course, Steve's World as well. Steve goes live on Mondays with just another Monday night. With us, we have, of course, Saturday night, Steve and I will go right after Dan with Sports Night this week. We are back this week. Not sure what the topic will be just yet, but we'll get there. We'll let you know as the week goes on. And, of course, we're going to be doing our tag video coming up really, really soon. Would you rather? And more things coming for sure. We do have T-shirts. Obviously, if you guys are looking to get a Mouse Talk T-shirt, things of that nature, we'd appreciate any support. Give us a thumbs up on the video. We'd appreciate that. Tomorrow night, good lineup tomorrow night. You've got just not quite ready for prime time with the Disney Nerd Herders. Then you got D&G Explorers at 8. And then you got the DISANITY crew at 9. Don't forget to check them out. Lots of great people coming up. The Philly crew goes live on Thursdays. I think they're at 8 or 9. Be sure to check them out. Guys, there's streamers all over the place. Check them all out. But thank you, everybody in the chat. Great questions. Dan, anything you want to say before we...
I have one last thing. If you guys do want to watch my Disney College Program experiences in a playlist on my channel.
Yeah, that's great. We definitely will be checking it out.
That was so much fun to hear all your stuff. I want to go watch them now, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, Rush, you're right. Sports, there may not be any sports to talk about, so we might be talking Disney on Saturday.
I know.
Dan, we might be having you on with us. Who knows?
Oh, it's so much fun.
Yeah, we'll have a good time.
So
but all right, everybody, thank you for joining us. Head on over to the Viapree Project. I think they're live now as well. Check them out. Tell them the Mouse Talk sent you. And everybody, have a great night. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll talk to you all really soon.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.